Hello everybody and good afternoon. Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports Live. I'm Ethan Ryan, your host, and today I'm joined with my very good friends Alex Mahalik and Cash Jarnilla. Today we have three amazing segments. First, we have let's round up the county sports. Then we have a debate your fate topic, and then we have a contender or pretender discussion. I will go to you, Alex, for the Greenfield sports.
Okay, Greenfield football fell short 28-9 against Beech Grove, the very first time in 53 years. It's very upsetting and a very big upset. Second, Greenfield tennis, they had three matches on Monday, Wednesday, and Wednesday against Newcastle, New Pal, and Franklin Central. They won all three. Correct, Ethan? Yes, we did. Okay. Greenfield volleyball, they played three matches this week, going 3-0 against Eastern, Richmond, and Waldron. Very nice volleyball. And then men's soccer played 2 games this week and went 0-2 against Carmel and Yorktown. That's very upsetting, but you get them next week, you know what I mean?
Next, we will have New Pal. The varsity girls Dragons team played 2 games this week, again going 2-0 against Richmond and Newcastle, so pretty big. Then they have their third match of the week tomorrow against Delta. The boys soccer team played 2 matches, also going 2-0 against Whiteland and Franklin, with their third matchup against Lawrence Central tomorrow also. The girls varsity volleyball team won their one and only game against Hamilton Heights this week. Their football team will play Decatur Central tonight, actually, at 7 p.m. Their tennis team played 4 matches this week, going 1-3, with their losses against Greenfield Central, us, Delta, and Franklin Community, with their one and only win against Shenandoah. Again.
For Mount Vernon sports, tomorrow the cross-country girls will have a meet tomorrow at Mount Vernon. The men's cross-country also have a meet tomorrow at Mount Vernon. Last Friday, Mount Vernon football lost to Moselle 21-6, but today Mount Vernon will be playing Franklin Community at home. The girls golf this week have won 1 game and lost a game. This week, boys soccer won 2-1 against Delta and lost 0-1 against Fishers. Girls soccer beat Greenfield 8-2 and will play against Homestead tomorrow. And boys tennis beat Pendleton 5-0.
Now to Eastern sports, volleyball lost to Greenfield Central 1-3 sets, but earlier in the week they won the Shenandoah Invitational. And football, tonight they play North Decatur at 7 p.m. And last week they started off their season 1-0 by beating Greencastle 50-14.
Very good. Now we have a special segment with Dakota Hamilton and Alex Martin on the football field talking about tonight's game.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports. I'm Dakota here with Alex. Alex, you play on the football team, O-line, D-line, junior. Tonight we have a football game against Greensburg.
Yes.
Last week we took a tough loss against Beech Grove 28-9, and we have to bounce back against Greensburg, of course, after that loss.
Absolutely.
So, one of the bright spots of that loss was seeing those new freshmen like Draven Nolting. What do you think of those guys so far?
I mean, throughout all of summer, they've been great. They've shown flashes. Something that coach talks about a lot is they need to step up, and also us upperclassmen need to step up to help raise them to their high potential. They're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and there were some mistakes everyone had made on last week against Beech Grove, and all of us need to step up and sort of lift each other up this week to prevent those mistakes, and even if we do make those mistakes, to just bring each other up and have a better game than we did last week.
Absolutely. Can you describe some of those ways that you can kind of upbring these freshmen as a veteran yourself?
I mean, myself, we have some freshmen on the O-line who don't understand what type of stuff that we do, and whenever we're going through drills, just kind of taking them aside and sitting down with them and sort of going through stuff with them to help them become better and sort of build the program into even when I'm gone and they're playing, to sort of help them. And with the coaches helping Draven as our freshman quarterback, I mean, he's been running with this offense basically what Coach has said his entire life since he's been walking. So he knows the offense well. It's just us as a team need to bring him up even when those mistakes happen. And we feel like doing that to even like Kyson, he's also a freshman, helping him. He's got some mistakes as well. Everybody does. So when we bring each other up, we bring the entire team up.
Absolutely. I know a big part of that game was kind of the expectations. A very good win last year against Beech Grove, and kind of had lower expectations of them. How do you guys kind of expect them to play going in, and how did it differ from what actually happened?
Realistically, we expected them to roll over and die. That was sort of how coaches explained it, and we expected to beat them by 50, and we obviously didn't. We underestimated them. They were a much better team than what last year was, but we still feel like we have the better team. We made too many mistakes, and we weren't prepared for that for them to be that good. We weren't prepared for that, and honestly, this week we have been prepared. We have been mentally locked in at practice, during school, all that, just to try to make this week a much more positive week, and hopefully tonight we will have that win.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet that loss was pretty humbling. So how do you think the coaches kind of adjusted after that tough game with that offensive troubles and all the stuff that we had? How do you think they can bounce back?
They definitely feel like they also underestimated them. Coach Nolting, he felt like they did, or even our new defensive coordinator, Coach Robbins, I feel like everybody on the team had underestimated them, and they've taken that step in going through extra more tackling and understanding what will work this week against their sort of front and what type of defense they're running. A lot more, even on the team, watching more film, getting to understand this team that we're playing against, even if we think we are better than them or they could be better than us. No matter what, we're gonna go out there, punch them in the mouth, and we're gonna win.
Absolutely. You talked a bit about playing to our level and everything. What are your expectations for Greensburg?
I believe they're a much better team than they were last year. So playing hard and playing through the echo of the whistle, that's the goal for tonight. We're gonna do that, and if we keep our assignments and we do our job, it's gonna be a good game.
Absolutely. It's a very important week. So what do you think you guys can do, particularly to focus on to win here?
Honestly, bringing each other up. During the Beech Grove loss, there was a lot of talking on the sidelines and to each other, pointing fingers on what would happen, and we feel keeping each other a part of the team is definitely going to keep that win and keep us as a team all together.
Absolutely. So thank you, Alex. Roll Cougs. Let's send it back.
Of whether Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time between Alex and Cash. Going to you, Cash.
Well, I think Tom Brady is the greatest of all time because he has 15 Pro Bowls and has won 5 Super Bowls and is a 5-time Super Bowl MVP.
Well, that team did have 7 rings, but I think that team accomplishments should not hold as big of a factor. I think it should be more focused on MVPs. Like Peyton Manning, he holds the record for the most MVPs with 5, and Tom Brady, he only has 3. So I feel like that is a more contributable factor to who's the greatest quarterback of all time.
But I feel like Tom Brady has accomplished more because even his last 3 seasons with the Buccaneers, he still got a Super Bowl. And they weren't that much of a great team. The coach wasn't really that good, but his wide receivers were good, which did help Tom Brady out a lot. But still, even with the Buccaneers, he got a Super Bowl and still finished the season really well.
Yeah, throughout his whole career, his wide receivers were some of the best. Julian Edelman, he was awesome. He had Antonio Brown when he was playing with the Bucks. He always had Gronk and
Evans.
Mike Evans. Yeah, he did
That
have
one.
Yeah, he had tons of wide receiver help and definitely had tons of defense on the Patriots. So, yeah, I think, yeah.
But in his Buccaneers era, Antonio Brown was already really old and washed. So was Gronk. But honestly, I think Gronk did help him that Buccaneers year just to finish it off. But in New England, yeah, the Tom Brady definitely had a big accomplishment with having Bill Belichick as his head coach and then having an offense and a defense.
Well, what was I going to say? Oh, yes, the Deflategate. Those Super Bowl rings shouldn't even be, or some of them shouldn't even be accounted for because of the Deflategate, where he very clearly cheated in the Super Bowl against the Giants. And also bringing up the fact when he played on the Buccaneers, it was 3 years, right? 3 years, correct? He only won 1 Super Bowl there, and was it when Gronk left? Yeah, when Gronk left, they didn't even make the playoffs. That's showing how terrible they were, like without their wide receivers.
Yeah, I would say Gronk is definitely a big part of Tom Brady and his career because they're just that dynamic duo, even with the tight end. But I still think Tom Brady has accomplished a lot, and he might not be that mobile. He might just sling it down the field a lot, but he still is the greatest QB of all time.
Yeah, speaking of that, he is not mobile at all, which shows that he's not have good diversity of his abilities. So if he gets stuck in the pocket, he's screwed. And yeah, he's not that great. You know what I mean?
But you don't. Well, back then, in like 2000s or whatever, 2010s, you didn't have to be that mobile because, like I said, he had a great offense, so he didn't have to worry about running out the pocket or anything. But that's just what made the Patriots such a great team and why they won so many Super Bowls, especially with Bill Belichick. And his stats just show as well. He's the most touchdowns. He has the most passing yards. I mean, no one else has that so far.
Well, I think you're contrasting with yourself. You're saying that the Patriots had the greatest offense ever, and we're talking about how Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time, not how the Patriots were the best offense ever. But, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I also think what made the Patriots such a good team was having a team leader like Tom Brady. Like, he probably made Gronk good. He made Julian Edelman good because he used to be a backup for the backups, just like he was. But they proved themselves to be on that field, and that's just what made Tom Brady such a leader and just made such a big affection for that team.
I don't feel like that's true because his leadership is not very much shown in his Bucs era because Antonio Brown was pretty awesome on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then he went to the Bucs. He was good for the 1 year that they won the Super Bowl, and then he started streaking on the field and whatnot. And Tom Brady kisses his kids on the lips and stuff. And now he's retired and he's doing all this crazy stuff that shows that he's not a very great leader.
I don't think that has anything to do with Tom Brady. I think Antonio Brown just lost it. That has nothing to do on Tom Brady. But even in the playoffs, Tom Brady even showed the most touchdowns and the most passing yards in playoff history.
Is that all you guys have?
Yeah, that's all I have here.
Well, now we will be going to our contender and pretender segment starting with the AFC East.
I think take the paper.
The winner of we'll go back to that here in a second. The winner of our debate, who do you think won that debate?
I saw the paper. Right.
Oh, well, the winner of the debate between the Tom Brady is the GOAT or not is Cash. So here you go, the first win of the year.
Much appreciated.
So let's go back
Definitely
let's go back to the contender or pretender, starting with the AFC East. Who do you think is going to win that one?
AFC East, I think for sure, is going to be the Bills. They have Josh Allen reigning MVP. I think the Giants could be. I think the Giants will be second. Then it'll be Patriots. Then it'll be Jets. Because the Giants, they added a lot of offensive weapons like Russell Wilson. That's most likely going to be their new starting quarterback. Patriots, I could see them being a sneaky second because of also their additions like Will Campbell, Stephon Diggs, whatnot. Jets, I don't see them being that good this year because of like they lost their head coach, or they added the Lions head coach or defensive coordinator. Yeah, Cash. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I obviously have the Bills winning the AFC East. I got the Patriots as my second because they just added so much more people, and I have a lot of faith in Drake May. And I got the Jets in third. I like the defensive coordinator that's now the head coach. That will definitely affect and help the Jets a lot on their defense with Sauce Gardner and them. And I think the Dolphins are going to be last, and that's my team. But personally, I think they're going to be terrible because they're secondary. I don't know. They got Storm Duck.
Got rid of everybody.
Storm Duck, but at least they have the
You don't got faith in
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
That's right. Fitzpatrick, old Dolphin, he got drafted, traded to the Steelers, then back to the Dolphins. I have faith in that guy at least. Mike McDaniels, he just gets running backs, and I think the Dolphins' running back room is like all injured right now, and all they have is Ollie Gordon. Yeah, I have no faith in that guy as well, and that's all I got for the AFC East.
Well, I think personally, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with you guys. I think the Bills are gonna win it. Just because they always start off really well, and then obviously they have Allen, and their offensive line and defense is really good. But yeah, I think I think Dolphins honestly are gonna be second. I think I'll have to contradict that. I think the Dolphins. Tua coming back off of his concussion, I feel like he's going to have a breakout year. I think Tyreek Hill's going to have a better year than last year, since he had kind of an off year. And then I think the Jets will be last, and then Patriots third. Brady back there. What are you guys thinking about the West?
AFC West?
Yeah.
I think the Chargers, last year they took a step up with adding their head coach. What is his name? Jim Harbaugh. He did pretty good last year for his first year. I think Justin Herbert is going to take a big step up this year because they added back Keenan Allen. They added a new new running back in Amarian Hampton. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then second, I would probably say 49ers. They did get back Christian McCaffrey, or I think he's going to be back this year. Because he had some tendonitis stuff in his calf. But this year he's going to go beat everyone. And then third, I would probably say Seahawks, just because they're I think that the Raiders are going to be last, and that's it.
For the West, honestly, I think the Broncos are going to be.
Wait, what is my list then?
Yeah, I was about to say your list is wrong. I think the Chargers are probably going to be second, in my opinion. I think the Chiefs are. I mean, it's the Chiefs that just have a good team that year and year and year. I just think the Chiefs. I don't really know if anybody in that division or anybody on the team is going to come close to them. But I feel like the Chargers will be close second.
Well, for the AFC East, I feel like the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos are our contenders. And the reason I think the Chargers, since adding Jim Harbaugh, they've definitely stood up a lot more. And then adding Najee Harris, and then Justin Herbert's definitely a leader. He just needs to show what he has because he can definitely just launch it down the field. And he's one of those mobile quarterbacks as well, which also helps nowadays. And with the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. They just do what they always do, and Andy Reid. I just don't like the Chiefs. I despise them all the time, but I'm sorry to say, but they're definitely top contenders. And then for the Broncos, they got battered last year. I'm not even sure how, because 2 years ago the Dolphins beat them 70-20. Really,
Remember that game.
I love that game. And then Bo Nix, and then those rookies that they added definitely will help out, and especially from free agency. And then the Raiders, Geno Smith, that's their only good ad I can only think of, and Brock Bowers.
Genty?
Oh, Ashton Genty, yeah, of course. Yeah, love that guy.
So
Wait, let me chime in.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Now that I have the correct list, I think the Broncos for sure because Bo Nix is a dog.
All right. So the AFC North, the Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, all them. Who you guys thinking for that one?
I think Ravens for sure. They had a great run last year. They just fell short against the Chiefs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And
No,
they didn't-
Bills.
Bills. They didn't lose anyone, I'm pretty sure. They added Jair Alexander, right,
Mm-hmm.
from the Packers. And him and Lamar Jackson are like best friends, so I think that they're going to boost the chemistry in the locker room, whatnot, have fun, and then just beat everyone in the AFC North.
Who are you thinking?
Obviously the Ravens, because Lamar Jackson, and especially they also added DeAndre Hopkins, but he's also like really old.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Jair Alexander was also really good. And then of course they got Zay Flowers, which was probably my favorite one of my favorite wide receivers, but definitely doesn't do consistently good. And then the Bengals, they basically have like the same team from last year because they used all their money to re-sign Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and then Trey Hendrickson. So they're just going to do bad like they did last year and just have the same team.
You think they're going to be bad?
I think they're going to be bad.
I personally think they're going to win their division, honestly. I mean, like you said, they're not losing anybody, and Joe Burrow's back all the way like he was last year. And Chase Brown's starting to like turn into himself. I think that their offense is going to be another top. You know, they just re-signed Trey Hendrickson, so I think that that defense is going to be. They added some more rookies on their defense, so I think their defense is going to take a big step this year. So the AFC South, who you guys think for that one?
I'm going to take a dark horse. I'm going to say the Titans. Cam Ward. Who's going to stop him? Literally no one. Okay. Texans. C.J. Stroud was pretty awful last year. Him and Nico Collins, I got him in fantasy almost every single one of my leagues. So I think Nico's going to do good, but C.J. Stroud, besides Nico, who does he have really? No one. Defense, they just got a bunch of crazy people. Hidden people are going to get flags all over the place. Colts, Daniel Jones, he's a stinker now too. I think, what is his name? The running back, what is his name?
JT.
Jonathan Taylor. He's going to stink this year too. Jaguars, Travis Hunter, just found out he's a dad, so he's going to be tired, so he's not going to play well.
Mine's not going to be on the game.
Well, I honestly have the Texans winning because probably the only good team in that division. Everyone else is mediocre. And then the Titans, there's also been a thing where a rookie quarterback has never made the playoffs his first year. So it's going to be kind of hard. Wait, I take that back. A rookie has just take all that back. The Titans, they have a chance to make the playoffs at least. And Cam Ward, he's from Miami. I'm kind of a Miami fan, but I'm mostly a Florida Gators fan.
Yeah.
But Cam Ward is my favorite player to watch because he's just so exciting. Because I'm sure. And then the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, I have no faith in that guy. People have been saying he's been trying to do good. I don't see it at all. Then the Colts, I like their ad with the tight end with Tyler Warren, probably the best tight end in that draft. And then Jonathan Taylor, of course, another good, consistent, good running back. And then Daniel Jones is terrible, of course. And Anthony Richardson, he just needs to get better and stay healthy, just like Tua.
Honestly, I'm going to say the Colts. I'm not biased at all, you know. But I think that their wide receiver core is really good this year. But I think A.D. Mitchell is going to step up big this year. Josh Downs obviously going to do what he does all the time. Defense, we've added a lot of cornerbacks. And like you said, Tyler Warren added him. So I think he's going to be a big addition into this role. For the NFC now, who do you guys think are going to win the East?
I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Oh my God.
Even though
Dak
they just
Prescott.
lost. Micah? Or Mika? Or
Yeah, I really don't care. Defense really doesn't dictate anything. So, the Browns, they have Myles Garrett, you know what I'm saying? They still suck so bad. Okay, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, he's going to be awesome this year. They just got George Pickens. Or no, not just got, but they got him over the offseason. CeeDee Lamb, he's going to do great again. Yeah, Giants. What's there to like, It's just boring.
Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson.
No, he's
Jameis
not
Winston.
good. Russell's old. Jameis, he eats W's, but not really anymore. Eagles, Super Bowl. I think they're going to fall back a little bit this year because they did lose a little bit of their players here and there, so they're just going to fall back a little bit. Commanders, Jaden Daniels was really keeping the team together, but I don't feel like he's going to have a good year this year because Terry McLaurin was getting all mad at everyone because he didn't want to sign, and now they signed him, and now, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense.
What do you think, Cash?
I was thinking the Commanders, of course. He's just like Cam Ward, just an exciting player to watch and one of my favorite players to watch. And then the Eagles, because they won the Super Bowl, and they might have lost a couple key players, but with Jalen Hurts, the tush push, and Saquon Barkley, they still have a chance to do it.
I think it's going to be between the Eagles and the Commanders, like you guys have said. I think the Eagles.
I said the Cowboys.
Huh?
I said
no,
the
I meant like him.
Oh.
And you guys meant the Commanders. Or you said the Commanders too, right?
To win?
No, like that they were going to do well.
No.
Never mind. Well, I think the Eagles and the Commanders. Commanders have added just a lot of people. Like you said, Jaden Daniels coming back again. I think he's going to take a big step this year. And it's just the Eagles. They have one of the best teams in the league. So Saquon's best running back in the league, and I think Jalen Hurts is going to do well. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.